Hey, I'm Millener from M-Sport WRT team, and today on Crimsafe Talking Tech we're going to have a quick chat about all of the problems and challenges we faced coming over to Rally Australia. Okay, so we're now at the 10th round of the championship this year. We've just arrived from the UK. The previous round was the first all asphalt round of the championship in Germany. So we've had quite a few changes we need to make to the car since that event. Just to quickly run through what we've done in the UK, we actually had the cars back in the UK only 4 days, with a 4-day turnaround time to turn them from the circuit type race cars we used in Germany to the off-road type gravel settings we're using for Rally Australia. So we had quite a tight deadline to do. Generally when we're back in the UK, we strip all the cars completely to check all the components and check there's nothing damaged from the end of the previous rally to the beginning of the next one. We inspect all of the gearboxes and transmissions, we inspect the engines, and then we rebuild the car before sending them out here. Obviously there's some quite big changes from Germany to Australia, first of which is probably one of the most obvious is the ride height of the car. For this event with a rough gravel terrain, we have to lift the car right up compared to the low slung stiffer settings we use for tarmac. As well as the ride height, we have things like the tyres and the wheels. Obviously over here in Australia we're using a Michelin gravel tyre, which is 15-inch, whereas in Germany we're using an 18-inch tyre. Because we're using a 15-inch tyre over here, it means we actually have smaller brake discs and smaller brake calipers as well. We use a different brake pad compound as well. If we were to use the tarmac settings over here on gravel, the car would just lock up and would be undrivable, so we don't want as much braking power as we would have on the tarmac rallies. We also run completely different dampers and springs. We use a lot softer setup in Australia on the gravel, so that it can compensate and take in some of the rougher stages and the ruts and the jumps that we have over here compared to what we would have in Germany. And we use a lot of different engine map settings and things like that for the best traction and performance of the car while it's on the gravel stages compared to the tarmac stages. So once we've actually built and finished the cars back in the UK, we take them for a quick shakedown and a quick test run to check everything's okay before they come out to Australia. But then we actually almost take them apart again to ship them out here, because it's what we call a long haul event. We actually bring them out on air freight, which involves putting them on passenger planes or cargo planes to come over to Australia. And we have to carry each car in one of these pallets behind us. So we actually lower the car, we take the rear spoiler off the car, the front bumper off the car, we have to drain the car completely of fuel, disconnect and remove any batteries, and then each car goes onto one of these pallets and then is taken down to Heathrow Airport and flies over to Australia, and we see it again in the service park when we arrive. As well as the cars, we obviously have a lot of extra kit and service tents and service equipment that we bring with us. Just on the other side here is the recce cars you can see. These are the cars that the drivers use to check the route before the rally begins. They actually leave the UK in February in shipping containers, which go to all 3 long haul events. So they go to Mexico, then they go on to Argentina, and then to finally here in Australia before the containers will return back to the UK, and we get them back around the middle of November. So as well as the cars that fly with air freight, we have a lot of kit that's actually continuously travelling around the world just for 3 events. So it's a very big logistical challenge, as well as just preparing the cars to come and do the rally. So that's one very quick look at the M-Sport WRT team and how we operate on a true World Championship, going from Europe right the way here over to Australia, and then only in a week and a half's time back to France for the next round.
We've been robbed a couple of times actually.
So we had this screen installed.
For cheap alternative.
They look identical. So you think you're getting an equivalent product and you're not.
Most Crimsafe lookalikes can pop out because they're only held in with a piece of plastic. But Crimsafe screw clamp locks the mesh and spreads the impact.
Solid and sturdy, and definitely instills a lot of confidence in us.
If you pay for what you get, Crimsafe is definitely the way to go. Better off paying the extra and getting the better product.
Because if it's not Crimsafe, it's not Crimsafe.